Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool, but before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Mohamed Salah has been crowned the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year. Incredibly, Liverpool striker Salah won by the biggest margin this century, landing nearly 90% of the votes cast. Salah, 32, is also only the second player to win the award 3 times, matching Arsenal legend Thierry Henry. Arsenal striker Alessia Russo has also been crowned the Women's Footballer of the Year in a tighter race, but she was a clear winner in the end. Salah, 32, has played a huge part in Liverpool's Premier League title-winning campaign and has enjoyed another unforgettable individual season. The Egyptian king, who has just signed a new contract to stay at Liverpool for at least another 2 years, has scored 33 goals across all competitions, which includes 28 in the Premier League. Salah has written his name into folklore at Anfield and also as one of the all-time greats of the Premier League era. His Liverpool teammate Virgil van Dijk was his closest challenger as the majestic Dutch defender finished second in the voting. Again, Van Dijk has played a key role in Liverpool's title success to help Arneslot join a select band of managers to win the Premier League in their first season in English football. Newcastle striker Alexander Isak was third, and Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice fourth in the voting. Isak helped Newcastle win their first trophy in 56 years by lifting the Carabao Cup. Rice was instrumental in Arsenal's Champions League campaign. His 2 free kicks against Real Madrid at the Emirates will live long in the memory. Outside the top 4 places, 15 other players received votes with 918 members eligible to vote. The race for the Women's Award was much closer, and remarkably, 36 players received a vote, which reflects the growth and interest in the game generally. But Russo was a clear and deserved winner, as she has played a huge role in Arsenal reaching the Champions League final later this month. Her performances in memorable games swung the vote in her favour. Arsenal overcame the odds and first-leg defeats to beat Real Madrid and Lyon to reach the final in Lisbon on May 25th. Last year's winner, Khadija Shaw, the Manchester City striker, was runner-up, while Mariona Caldente and Millie Bright were third and fourth respectively. Russo becomes the second Arsenal player to win the award after Vivianne Miedema in 2020. Both players are due to attend the Football Writers Association dinner on Thursday, May 22nd, to collect their awards. Liverpool target Xavi Simons is facing a nightmare situation at RB Leipzig after being told he can't fulfill a huge role at the club. The Dutch midfielder has been identified as a potential summer addition for the recently crowned Premier League champions. It has been claimed that Liverpool are readying a £51 million bid for the former Paris Saint-Germain starlet ahead of the window. It is not the first time that he has been linked with a move to England, with Manchester United and Manchester City having been touted as potential suitors for Simons. But any club set to make a move for him might have a fresh concern ahead of the summer. Simons, 22, was handed the captain's armband during Leipzig's Bundesliga clash with Eintracht Frankfurt last week. He, however, struggled as the side slipped to a 4-0 defeat, Simons playing just 76 minutes. Speaking after the game, interim boss Jolt Löw suggested that the role was beyond him. "We talked about why he would get the captain's armband and what we expect from him before the Frankfurt game," Löw said before the weekend. "It's clear that he hasn't been able to fulfill that role. He tried, but there's still room for improvement. I'm happy with the way he handled a constructive conversation. We both would have liked things to have gone differently. I won't be making the captaincy decision for the forthcoming match on my own." To Simon's credit, he responded in the best possible way in his next outing, chalking up 2 assists in a 3-3 draw with Bayern Munich. That performance sees his record sit at 10 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. Simons has just over 2 years remaining on his contract with his current side. He only penned a permanent deal earlier this year, having joined on a loan deal in 2023. Asked about his future earlier this season, he said, "I'm still a young player. I have many dreams, and the club knows that. But right now, the most important thing for me is to play well in the upcoming games." He added, "Then we have the international matches, and after that we'll sit down and see what happens." ex-Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp could potentially play a huge role in Simon's future, with the German now employed by Red Bull as their head of global soccer. Leipzig and Simons will be back in action this Saturday as they take on Werder Bremen in their penultimate Bundesliga game. They remain 2 points off the Champions League places. If you're not going forward, you're going backward, goes the phrase. And Liverpool's transfer plans suggest that they don't intend to stand still. The Reds are fresh off being crowned Premier League champions and haven't even lifted the trophy. But the wheels are turning on what arneslot has hinted will be a big summer. After the futures of Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk were resolved with new 2-year deals for the pair, Liverpool sporting director Richard Hughes isn't facing as much of a rebuild. The Reds will, though, need to find a new right-back after Trent Alexander-Arnold confirmed that he'd be leaving Anfield at the end of his contract this summer. Whether it's a first-choice addition or someone who can play backup to young Connor Bradley, Liverpool are expected to delve into the market in light of Alexander-Arnold's decision. But defence isn't the only area which is likely to be addressed. Slot tried to sign Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi last summer, suggesting that he sees a vacancy in the middle of the park, while the Reds can't rely on Salah to carry the attack with another 33-goal season next term. This week, the voting for the Football Writers Association, FWA, Footballer of the Year, will close, and there will probably be some left-field choices. Some writers might want to champion relatively unsung performers, which is fair enough. Some writers like to highlight a player who has been outstanding in a struggling team, one having already declared his vote for Bruno Fernandes. But whether it is the FWA Award, the Professional Footballers Association Award, PFA, or any other gong, there can surely be only one winner at the end of this season. Mohamed Salah. If there is any realistic competition for Salah, it would come from within his own squad. Such has been Liverpool's crushing superiority. Individual accolades are rarely given to defenders. Only once in the last 36 years has a defender been named Footballer of the Year, Ruben Dias collecting the honour for the 2021 season. But had it not been for Salah, Virgil van Dijk would have been a worthy recipient this time around, the Dutchman having been an imperious leader of this Liverpool team on and off the field. Salah, though, has been the Premier League's most consistently brilliant performer by some distance. And importantly, he is becoming an increasingly precious commodity in a league in which how teams work without the ball is becoming more and more important. Salah is a rarity. He is such a potent attacking force that he does not care for defensive graft, is clearly not a fan of hard pressing, and tracks back only in an obvious emergency. Thierry Henry was like that. And that is why Salah and Henry are true Premier League greats. While Salah will dominate the senior awards, the competition for the best young player of the season is tighter. Aston Villa's Morgan Rogers has had an eye-catching campaign, and Adam Wharton has been excellent for Crystal Palace. But for me, two defenders would be battling it out for the young player honour, although the future for Miles Lewis-Skelly probably lies in a more advanced position. For me, his emergence for Arsenal and his stunning England ball just about gives him the edge over Bournemouth centre-half Dean Huyson, who has performed with a maturity way beyond his 20 years. When it comes to Team of Year, Lewis-Skelly would probably be vying with Milos Kerkez and Anthony Robinson for the left-back role, and Huyson would have claims to partner Van Dijk. At right-back, Trent Alexander-Arnold has an obvious case, but recognition would be nice for Ola Aina's fantastic contribution to Nottingham Forest's campaign. Alexis McAllister is a shoo-in for a midfield slot, and his teammate Ryan Gravenberch has a great shout, but Fernandes does deserve a nod of approval for his support of a besieged Ruben Amorim. While his form did take a prolonged tip, Chelsea's Cole Palmer came claim a place. Playing 4-3-3, Salah is, of course, an automatic choice, and Alexander Isak plays through the middle in preference to Erling Haaland and Chris Wood, with the final attacking slot going to the vastly underrated title winners, Luis Diaz. But it is Salah who is the jewel in the crown, and Salah who is, by anybody's measurement criteria, the Footballer of the Year.